BlackFacts.com presents Caribbean Revolutionaries. Prince Klass. During slavery times, over 4 million slaves spent their lives working in the Caribbean, and close to 1 million of them were on the island of Antigua, breaking their backs on the several sugar cane plantations. The increase of plantations in the Antigua and Barbuda due to great weather led to more demand for slaves, hence more captives coming from Africa working non-stop under harsh weather conditions with little or no food and rest. In 1704, 10-year-old Kwaku was captured from Gold Coast, West Africa, which is today Ghana, during the massive Iguafo Civil War. After being captured, Kwaku was shipped to the Caribbean and was immediately purchased by Thomas Kirby, a rich and prominent sugar planter. At a young age, Kwaku exhibited strength and bravery, standing up to white supervisors who harassed him or any of his friends. By 1720, Thomas Kirby, who had been offered a lot of money in exchange for Kwaku, instead gave the strong Ghanaian man the title of head slave, putting him in charge of his biggest and most lucrative plantation in St. John's, Antigua. This gave Kwaku the name Prince Klass among the enslaved Africans. After working several years with nothing to his name, Kwaku got fed up and decided to free himself and all slaves who had served white planters for several years. In 1728, Kwaku came up with a plan to rid the island of all Westerners, abolish slavery, and make the island of Antigua an African state. After figuring out a great way to execute his plan, he shared details with several like-minded slaves who helped him develop his plan. The strategy took 8 years to plan, and in 1736 was ready to be carried out. The plan was that, in late October of 1736, during a grand ball for the Westerners in honor of George II's coronation, a 10-gallon barrel of gunpowder would be smuggled and blown up, killing every single Westerner at the ball. Unfortunately for Kwaku and his allies, the plan was leaked to several slave masters by a slave who stayed anonymous for his own safety. The ball was postponed and Kwaku and several of his allies were captured. They were sentenced to execution through horrifying means. The executions were meant to be slow and painful, done publicly to deter other Africans on the island from planning rebellions. Kwaku and 5 other leaders of various plantations were executed by breaking on the wheel, a horrifying death sentence that was a form of crucifixion. If successful, the Antigua's disputed slave conspiracy of 1736, as it is popularly known, would have possibly sparked the beginning of African rule outside of the African continent. Every October 22nd, the people of Antigua and Barbuda celebrate the execution of Kwaku, whose name has been established as Prince Klass. Learn more at BlackFacts.com.